I like intellectual comedy. There's some comedians that just have a knack for being able to look at the world and just see the irony in it that a lot of us miss. And the real humor in it is that we find out it's really true. And Stephen Wright is one of my favorites. He's got this dry wit, and there's this one-liner that he gives. Is the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. And usually, you think that those are two different types of people, two different types of personality types. Are you the early bird that gets the worm? Are you the first to jump in, the first to act, the first to engage in a situation? If so, how often has that worked out well for you? How often has it not worked out well for you? Or are you the type of person that is the second mouse, where you sit back, you watch a situation develop, you see how other people get affected, then you decide if or when you're going to engage? And if that's you, how well has that worked out for you? Or how often has that not worked out for you? The reason I think that this quote has stuck with me so often is because I see it as a challenge, not to be one or the other, but to realize in different situations which one to be. Should I be the early bird in this situation, or should I be the second mouse in this situation? This has been beneficial to me in raising my kids. For example, if one of my kids acts out, do I need to be the early bird, come in with swift correction and make a really strong point? Or is this a situation where I need to be the second mouse, to sit back, let the situation develop, maybe even let them make a mistake, and see if they learn from their own actions in the situation? It's helped me in arguments with my wife. Too many times I've been the early bird and ended up eating my words, when I should have been the second mouse, sat back, listened a little bit longer, and maybe been able to formulate a wiser response. It also works in the professional world. In a meeting, do I want to be that person who is the first to jump out there with the idea and look proactive and aggressive and smart? But then I run the risk of someone else shooting down my idea and looking impulsive and arrogant. Or should I be the person to sit back, let everyone else put their cards on the table, and then come in as the balanced, wise advisor? But then I also run the risk of missing an opportunity if someone else runs away with the show. So there's really value in both sides of the coin. And the challenge that I have for you and the prayer that I continue to have for myself is that I don't lean toward one or the other, but I learn from every situation to decide, in this particular situation, is it better for me? Is it better for my group that I be the early worm and jump out there and take some leadership? Or is this a situation where it's more beneficial for me and my organization that I sit back and I be that second mouse and see how things develop before engaging? Because I believe the reality is that both are true. The early bird does get the worm, and the second mouse does get the cheese.